Hi everyone, Emma here. I am so excited. I finally figured how to bezel these pumpkin heads, or these skulls, ceramic skulls that I got at Michael's. Oh. Yeah, I got these at Michael's as well. So there was 8 on a strand. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, yeah, 8 on a strand, and they were 50% off, and these are the green tags, so they were $10, which made it $5 Canadian. So that was awesome. So I went ahead and bezeled it, and it looks great. And I want to create a bracelet where this is the focal, and then all along the side there is a 4 different color skulls, and then those colors are repeated on the other side. But what I wanted to do was kind of bezel it, not as big as this, but you know, fair size to make a bracelet. So I ran into problems. My first attempt looked like this, and I realized that my beads were too big and they weren't as uniform as I thought they would be. So that was, I mean, it was good practice, but in my opinion it was a fail. Then I tried to do peyote stitch bezeling like this for this guy, and it's just not secure enough. It's pretty wobbly, and it's too big. It takes away from the, so clearly these, I think they're 8/0s. See, I was so used to using 8/0s because I do leather wrap bracelets, and so I never, like, I would see people selling like 11/0s and 15/0s. I'm like, what would you ever do with those? So now I'm like, that's all I want is those sizes so I can do stuff. So this was a practice of a peyote, and that's, I'm sure if one of the things Stephanie from Bronzepony says is to practice with larger beads. So I probably should have practiced with larger beads, because you can see it's starting to get funky, like I don't know where to go in and stuff like that. But if I had bigger beads, I would know. So there, that's it. Then a few people mentioned using smaller beads, so I did. This is 11/0s, and that looks awesome. That's exactly kind of the thing that I wanted. But there's really nothing I can do with this now because it's too wobbly. If I started doing a peyote stitch, it would take it away from the skull and stuff. So yeah, I was watching Stephanie, and you know, I watch her videos all the time, but I don't, like, if it's a tutorial video, I don't watch it for pure entertainment, because it's unless you're sitting there with the beads doing it, to me there's not a lot of point to it. It's not like I'll remember. I have to go through all the steps again. So anyway, I people keep saying you should check Stephanie's site out, check it out, check it out. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go, and I'm gonna, you know, scroll through and kind of fast forward through all the details and see if there's stuff that I want to do. And I came across this tutorial for tapestry earrings, and she had made a ring, and then she was, if you can see beyond her hand, there's one on the mat, is a tapestry earring that she's making. So it's basically the same thing as the ring. And I saw that and went, that's it. That's what I need to bezel my skull. So here I am, and I managed to find these guys that I bought. Let me get the lighting here. Yeah, so, you know, when in my frenzy to stock up on 11/0s, I found these. They're called Takumi LH size 11, and I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with this thing, but they look a lot like the Delicas. They're kind of rounded, very uniform, although you can see, maybe not, in this pile here, there's 4 beads that I've pulled out that were considerably shorter than the other ones. You probably wouldn't notice, but since it's my initial row, I want to make sure they're pretty well the same height. So this is what I've done so far following her instructions. So you're doing a brick stitch and adding, now she uses bicones, 4mm bicones. I wanted to use 6mm fire polished, and I have matching colors. Let me show you. Matching colors for all the skulls. So yeah, there's some black in here. I'll have to, oh, those are rondelles, but I'm pretty sure I have some black. I'll have to pull those out. So yeah, I have the matching colors to go with the skulls. So get my needle and show you what I've done. So yeah, so there's the, so you just do the row and then you add on this fire polish the same way you would add on one of these beads, and then you continue on. And here's a trick that she shows in this video about using a pin. Like she has a pin that's like for sewing to attach your pattern to your fabric, and it's got the little round ball on the end. And I'm sure if I started digging through my sewing stuff, I could find some of those. But just the other day, I was cleaning or organizing, and I came across this. And I got this with a bunch of other stuff that I got from the thrift store in like the sewing section. And it had a whole bunch of stuffed bobbins and whatnot. And I was like, what would you ever use this for? And now I'm like so glad I have it. So she talks about using this to hold everything straight in a straight line on your on this pin, so that on the skull, so that it's straight. So that's where I'm at. So now what I'm getting ready, here's my thread, and I'm getting ready to add the next row. So let's go ahead, and I think, let me bring the video up to, I don't know if it was 17 or 19. Let's try 19. No, I went too far. Okay, so I'll just look, I can see what she's got. So she added 2 of these beads, these 11 O's, but I think I'm going to need a third. But I think, I don't know if she adds them. Oh, there is thread, so I should be able to add them one at a time. So let's try that. So here's the thing too, when I started this, there was another bead here, and she said that this is there was another bead sitting right here, and she said when we come around here we'll be able to straighten it out. But my bead, I guess when I added this one down here, I positioned it exactly, and that bead was kind of in front of this. So I did something you probably shouldn't do. I took one of my tools and I broke it off in the garbage. So it seems to have worked, but don't do that. Okay, so let's put this one on and see if I can get this to sit up straight. So, I am so excited that this is so far working for me. Try and keep it so you can see what I'm doing. But so I think what I'm going to do, I talked about this once before about maybe organizing each day doing a different thing. So maybe one day doing a leather wrap bracelet, another day doing some bead weaving, another day, I don't know, like different stuff. And I definitely, because I really love doing this stuff, the bead weaving. But I know folks are interested in some leather stuff and memory wire and whatnot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So challenge myself and maybe. So here's one you can see just by looking at it. Let's see if I can get that. There, that's better. So you can see this one is quite a bit shorter. Oh, it's broken too. No, it's not broken. It's just shorter. So I'm just gonna put it there, use it for something else. There, that one's better. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I really enjoy this, and I have a bunch of ideas for stuff to do, and I have all the cabochons from Check Glass Bead, from Scarab Beads. So I really want to, start learning how to do this stuff. This is going to be amazing. Oh, I'm so glad I found this. It's a bit small, but you know what? It might fit in that little slot. So it's Thanksgiving weekend here in Canada, and normally we don't do too much because my parents are passed away, and so is Jen's, and the odd time we have neighbors that invite us over, but they're with their families. So and I'm doing keto, so now she says to go through the bridge threads. So I'm not doing anything, but Jen's gonna have some mashed potatoes. It sounds funny. We're not doing turkey, but we have this awesome chicken, so we're gonna have chicken, and I'm probably gonna have a salad with it, but she's gonna have mashed potatoes, because me being on keto, it's so funny, she rarely has potatoes anymore. And it's so funny because they talk about that your family starts to eat differently. Well, one of the things too is we have 2 meals a day. It's rare that we have 3 meals. So that's another kind of thing that happened when I started doing keto, because I sometimes only have 1 meal a day. There. So this is coming along really nice. This is going to be really cool. So I think too, once I get this row in and this, and then there's going to be another a fire polished on the side. Now I notice, because she's using bicones, they go this way and this way. So it might be long, but that should be fine. I offered to make her apple crisp. That's her favorite dessert. And of course, with my hand, it's probably not a good idea to be peeling apples. So she's like, no, I'm fine. Okay, less work for me. And it's been cold. We had to turn the heat on. I can't believe it. What the heck? Usually our falls are really nice. We can go cycling, and this guy is turned around, I think. There. Yeah, this is really coming along nice. Wow, I cannot believe. Thank you, Stephanie. You're my favorite. Now, she did say this. She says this all the time, and I never listen. Not to do it too tight. Do you see how these are flip-flopping around? Because I got it too tight. And don't ask me why this thread's coming out here. It should be coming out the bottom. It was when I broke the bead off the top. I let go of my strand and I don't know. Maybe it's just tangled in there. So when I was reorganizing my office, I should show you. It's kind of a mess, actually. Maybe I don't want to show you. Oh, so frustrating. I should show you a few things, so I'm going to keep going, but I got to show you this. Okay, so this is my tubs of, I've got stuff organized in them, the containers in there, but initially over here I had these guys, all these tubes, but I noticed that next to my desk where the containers are, those are the things I reach for the most. These ones I don't necessarily reach for, and like if you look at these ones down here, they're so dark. I had those in the shelf, and unless I put lights there, I can't see the different colors. So it's kind of pointless. And usually what I do is when I'm going to work on a project, I will come over to the beads and I will pick out what I need and then go to my desk. But things like findings and whatnot, I need right next to me. So yeah, it's time to paint this kind of a light gray or white, and all this wood is coming off. The closet, I think it's going to be a light blue, almost white, and hopefully that'll improve the lighting, but I might just go ahead and install some really good like video lighting on top. And I've got my awesome chair, and then I have to reorganize all my art supplies because again, these are just sitting there. They can probably go in a closet, and when I need them I go and grab what I need. But this is the thing I wanted to show you. So I started doing some of my drawing again. So I do dog portraits, and this is one of the dog portraits I'm working on. Let's go to the light. This is probably one of my favorites. Look at that. Yeah, I cannot. The eyes just turned out amazing. And it's funny because this is just my first pass of the pencils, and usually I go in with some mineral spirits and I blur it out a bit. And I'm like, you know what? There's no way I'm touching these eyes. They look like real eyes. They're incredible. So then once I get the nose in there, you're really going to see the 3D effect of this puppy dog. So yeah, I'm super stoked. Get that done, hopefully in the next week or so. And then, yeah, so like the rest of this is just a mess. This has to be, I need to get rid of this table, but you know what? Maybe what I should do is put one of those the skirts around it so then you can't see all the boxes underneath, and use it like counters or something, or maybe put some drawers, pull out drawers. But so yeah, I've got to do some of that. But you know what, maybe that's for a rainy day when it's stuck inside and not motivated to bead. So, oh, you know what? I need to take this off because I need to put the the fire polish. And I may even need to do the one next to it. Where am I here? So with these beads, because they're gold lined, I think, and I have some gold in the pumpkin, that I can use these beads throughout, like the different color skulls, and then go in with the color. But you know what? It might be enough. She does put some different colors in her thing, so okay. Let me just position this and see. That should work. I mean, you can't. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, if I take that one out, it will be too high. 2, 4. Yeah, so let's just do it there. Okay, we'll take that bead off. And we'll string this one on. Okay, go through the bridge. I was like, what do I do? What do I do, Stephanie? I'm so confused. Okay, and then we go up. No, I got twisted there. There we go. Look at that. That's awesome. That's gonna be amazing. Okay, through the bridge. Pick up. Now, I think. Okay, I think it's on the next bead. She talks about going through this thread to kind of prevent it from flipping to the back. Oh, I need to go. Oh, I did go through the bridge. Oh, I should have strung it first. Let me go back here. I got so excited I skipped a step. Okay, I gotta put my bead on and then go through, because then it sets up my bead. There we go. That is awesome. I'm just amazed at how secure this is. That is pretty amazing. Okay, so I am probably just gonna do this one of these guys, and then that'll be that. Ugh, that's my tail from the other side. My tail's a bit short, so it's kind of hard to hang on to it. There. Take a bead. And I'm still so blown away that this is actually working. So what she said to do when you get to this is to go the other way, to get this out of the way. That. And here. Go through. I think that's what I do. See if I could tuck that in there. And pick one up. Go through. And in through the bottom. And be careful that it doesn't get hooked like that. There. Put that through. And another bead. I wanted to mention something about I'm sure a lot of people do this when they watch movies and television and stuff. They're paying attention to people's jewelry. So one of the shows that is really interesting. Now I've got to watch the video and see how she turns on this one here.
Next, thread bridge. Okay, that's why, you know, next. So here you're going to sort of end up going through the side of the bicone.
Okay, so she's already, she's on the head of her. I have to be careful because she's so fast that if I click ahead, then I miss what she's going to tell me.
Come up. This guy. So we've got 5 beads, pretty straight. Just made that. Okay, so then I'm going to turn it around a little bit. I'm going to just put my pin in the bottom again. You don't have to use the pin, but honestly, the pin to me makes all the difference in whether you can, whether this is fun to do or not.
I agree.
Okay, so let's get our next bicone on. So we have another bicone.
Ah, okay.
So we're going to come through the thread and pop this guy right on top of the previous one. Okay, just like so. Make sure my lights are good.
Okay, so it's basically the same. Well, I better...
To put my pin through. And don't worry if it's loose. Just get a little tug. Don't pull too tight. I broke my thread pulling really tight, which surprises me because Fireline is usually very strong. But, okay, so now you've come around. So you're just going to go through the top of this thread here. Pull that through. Just kind of get it sort of.
Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. So let me see if that... Perfect, look at that. Okay, so let's grab that one. So yeah, one of the shows that I watch is Why Women Kill, I think it's called. And Lucy Liu's in it. Trying to think who the other actors are. But the jewelry, it's really interesting because it's different generations. So there's 1967 is one story of a woman and her husband, and it's about husbands that cheat on their wives and the women kill them. That's the assumption. We don't know who dies yet because they're just telling the story. Okay, let me put this needle in to make this fun. Oh, she's right. Now you can pull it tight and it's in the right position here. This is gonna look amazing. Oh, I'm gonna be sad when October's over with. I've been trying to do as many kind of October or Halloween and autumn themed bracelets as possible. So in that show, they have the different years of generation. She's in the 80s, I think. And then there's another couple that's 67, and I can't remember. Oh, and then there's a current one that are in a thruple. A thruple, I think it's called. But the jewelry is amazing in it, so you have to check it out, especially the 80s to 90s jewelry is really gaudy and chunky and really amazing. Like, they must have so much fun putting together the costumes and the jewelry for that. And the neighbor of the couple that's from 1967, I thought it was earlier 57, but I think it is 67. Anyway, the neighbor has the most amazing jewelry. You have to check it out. It's so amazing. Really bright, colorful, big, chunky, neat stuff. But the other thing that I was thinking about was we watched the debate the other night, and Kamala had now I found out later because I did a search, and apparently it's pearls that she was wearing, but as I couldn't get like a close-up view of it. But I kept saying to Jen, I bet you any money I could make that, because I recognized, like, it looked like it had, I guess it was white pearls with blue pearls that are like a drop pearl or something, and then gold holding it together. And it looked like so this is the main focal pearl, and it looked like there was like gold around the side, and then on this section here was the drops of the blue. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, so I have a little notebook by the couch that I draw anything I see like that to get ideas for inspiration. So yeah, I definitely want to try and recreate those pearls. And I ordered a bunch from AliExpress. Initially, I was going to buy some from Scara Beads, from like the check glass pearls. But I ordered some, and I love them. I thought they were beautiful. They were pink. But the finish, oh, my needle's coming out here. The finish at the openings are peeling. So I wasn't too happy about that. And I didn't go through yet. My thread keeps hooking on the mat here. There. This is looking good. So yeah, I get a lot of inspiration from stuff like that, or colors. I think, oh, that's an amazing color combination. So I used to work in North Carolina when I graduated from nursing school. I went to work in North Carolina for about 7 years. And so our friends in North Carolina would invite us over for, well, first we'd have Canadian Thanksgiving because ours is really early. So we would invite them over for the Canadian Thanksgiving, which is like essentially the same as American, turkey and desserts and all that lovely stuff. Football, not so much. Actually, with our friends, he was from Pittsburgh, so we ended up playing ball hockey in the parking lot, which was pretty funny. And yeah, so then when American Thanksgiving came along, they would invite us over. I loved it. It was like, okay, I get Thanksgiving twice in 1 year. But not so much anymore with the keto, which, you know what, so far I haven't missed it, so, or missed anything. Oh, I forgot. I did that the last time. You guys are probably yelling at me going, Emma, you forgot! Fire polish. Okay, let me put my needle through here. And untangle everything. My stomach's grumbling because I'm not hungry. I have those Russell Stover's sugar-free candy. They're so bad. Like I can't have the chocolate because it has milk in it and I'm allergic to milk. But the hard candies I can eat. But if I eat more than one or two, and then if I have diet soda, oh, my stomach grumbles like you would not believe. It's the maltitol in it is really upsets your gut. All that work for one bead and I gotta go further. Maybe I should pause this. I'm sure this is kind of boring for you guys. Just 1 minute. Okay, so I ended up just going around the top. I feel like this is big enough now because if you look at, once I get all the other beads, it's going to be about the same size, so I don't want it to be any bigger. So I kind of like it this way. And I came across these flowers beads from Check Glass. And I kind of want to incorporate them because it's supposed to be like a sugar skull kind of a bracelet, right? So I was thinking of maybe putting them on the side and stuff, but again, it's going to make it too big. But what I could do is incorporate these flowers, to attach each skull together. So, and I have some little blue ones, but I think the red ones, reddish orange, look really cool. They almost look like roses, and that's the idea. So now I have these. I'm trying to think. I find it so strange. I bought these beads and I bought a bunch of these opaque beads. I think I got them on eBay years and years ago. So I had the intention of doing something like this. But these guys are really uneven, so I'm going to have to try and pick through, find what I can. And that. Okay, that's a big one. This one's not too bad. I'll get a few of these on and then This is gonna look amazing. So at this point she's putting purple beads on her earrings. That was so good. Am I in the right spot here? Yep. It's getting teeny tiny now, so did I do that right? I think I forgot to go through the other one. Up and over. Put that through. Yeah, I didn't go through, that's what it was. Okay, so I have to go up the last bead. I think I did that in there somewhere. There's a thread showing. I mean, you probably can't even see it. It's right there. But it's the thread that's coming up through here, so I don't know, maybe it's just one of those things. So teeny. Oh my gosh, these are going to be fun trying to find the right ones. This is gonna look amazing. This is crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna continue around. I'm gonna pause this and I'll come right back. Okay, so I got the turquoise beads all the way around, and I haven't decided. Now she has like a metallic bead that goes around. I haven't decided what to do yet for that, because whatever I do for that's going to be echoed in the different colored skulls. So here's a red skull. There's an orange. Excuse me. And it's time to go to bed. It's like 3:30 in the morning. Oh my gosh. And a black. So yeah, this is gonna look amazing. So yeah, I might still put these flowers in here. Like I might make this bigger and I might make this bigger. I don't know what to think about this. I mean, it's gonna be a bracelet, but it could end up being a lot, way too big. You know, because you think, oh, maybe not the black. That's why I didn't have the black beads out. That's why. Okay. Because there's 4 on each side. So these 4 colors. Yeah, so I think we'll end this here and stay tuned this weekend. I hope that we should be able to get this done by this weekend. And yeah, I'll try and figure out what I'm going to do with this, whether it's going to be a bracelet or a necklace. But yeah, it's time to go to bed. But this turned out amazing. And I need to put some fresh thread on there too. I was getting nervous that I wasn't gonna have enough. But yeah, this is looking awesome. So there we go. These two. And I'm not done with this one either. I think I'm gonna do some embellishment on this as well. Yeah, very cool. I hope you enjoyed that. And this is going to be fun this weekend. We'll get this done and maybe some other bracelets as well. So you guys take it easy and thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.